Hi everyone, and welcome to today's vocab class. So this week we're going to be going over some vocabulary words that your teacher has left us with for today, since I am going to be your supply teacher for this week. And we're gonna go over the words, some definitions, some example sentences, and then we're gonna practice writing with the words on our own. So here is the list of vocab words for today. We're going to be going over them two at a time. So let's get started with our first two words, which are zero tolerance and Zimmergy. Alina, do you want to read the first word and the definition and example sentence?
Zero tolerance, noun, unwavering enforcement of a rule, regulation, or a law, especially regarding antisocial behavior. After the quarterback was caught drinking, the entire team was told that the attitude towards any future drinking would be zero tolerance.
Well done, Alina. So the word zero tolerance is a word that means when someone or something that is in charge has a very strict enforcement of a rule. So in the example sentence, the coach or maybe the school that is in charge, they have a strict zero tolerance rule on drinking. So that means that if anyone is caught drinking or breaking this rule, then they will make sure that there are consequences. The next word is Zimmergy. So, Lay, correct me if I'm saying that wrong, but Lay, do you want to read the definition and example sentence for this word? Well done, Lay. So the word Zimmergy is a word that is a noun as well, and it is a specific study. So the word Zimmergy is a study of brewing and distilling and a fermentation process. So usually this happens when you're fermenting alcohol and things to drink, and it's called Zimmergy, that specific process. And studying it, that's all referred to as Zimmergy. And here it tells us that it can often be the last word in any alphabetical list. So I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes now to go over these two words. You can reread them on your own if you'd like, or if you have any questions, you can let me know. But you're going to take some time to write a sentence using the two words. So you can do two words in one sentence, or okay, so I'll call you Isaac from now on then. I just saw your message. But as I was saying, you can use these two words in either one sentence, or if you'd like to split it up into two different sentences, you can do that as well. And when you're done writing your sentences, you can type it in the chat and we will take it up. Like I mentioned, if you do have any questions or if you do need any help with these words, then you can let me know and I will help you. But otherwise, you can go ahead and get started with writing your sentences using the words zero tolerance and Zimmergy. Okay, everyone, so I'm gonna give around 2 more minutes for you to finish up your sentences. I see that I already have some sentences in the chat, so I'll give a couple extra minutes for everyone else to wrap up their sentences, and then we'll start to take it up. Okay, so we're gonna start taking up the sentences that I have here. If you're not done writing, you can continue writing while we are taking it up. So, Alina, do you want to go ahead and start and read your sentence?
Bob yelled at Joe, "No, you can't binge drink wine as a emergency experiment. Didn't you hear? The teacher said that the attitude towards drinking during school was zero tolerance."
Well done, Alina. So this is a great sentence and good job using the word synergy and zero tolerance in a short paragraph together. And they both make sense in the context. So great job, Alina. This is a great sentence. Eric, do you want to read your sentence next?
The school has a zero tolerance policy of cheating. He studies the Zimmergy of wine.
Good job, Eric. So these are great sentences talking about both of these two words. So well done. One thing that I want to do is we're going to say has a zero tolerance policy since zero tolerance is a noun, and we're saying it's a zero tolerance policy. But otherwise, these are two very well-written sentences, Eric, and they both use the two words correctly, so great job. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next two words here, which are the words zealous and zenith. Eric, do you want to start and read the first word?
Zealous, adjective, actively or unreservedly enthusiastic, fervent or fantastical. At first, those students named to the hall patrol seemed overly zealous, giving samosas to almost everyone.
Great job, Eric. So the word zealous is an adjective that we would use to describe someone who is very enthusiastic about something, someone who is very excited about something, or they're just very invested in something. So we can just use this as another synonym for enthusiastic, but this is a little more of a stronger word. It's a more intense version of enthusiastic. Our next word here is zenith. So, Alina, do you want to try reading the definition and example sentence for this word?
Zenith, noun, the highest point or climax of a thing or event, the peak or apex. It's hard to predict the zenith of an athlete's career, but it is easy to identify it in hindsight.
Good job, Alina. So the word zenith is like a synonym for the word climax. So it can be the climax of a story, the climax of an event, of someone's life, of someone's career, like in the example sentence. It's just the highest point, the peak of something, or like I said before, the climax, what everything else has been leading up to. So these are our two vocab words on this slide. So now we're going to do the same thing as last time, and I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to reread these definitions if you need to and go over them, and then start working on your sentences, including these two words. If you have any questions or if you need any help with writing your sentences, then let me know and I will help you. But you can go ahead and get started. Okay, so everyone has finished their sentences for this word, so we're going to go ahead and start taking it up. Alina, do you want to go first and read your sentence?
Bob was a zealous fan of basketball who tried to track every athlete's zenith from the 1940s to the current times.
Great job, Alina. So this is a very well-written sentence and great job using both of the words correctly and in the right context. So Eric, do you want to read your sentence next?
She was most zealous in performing her duties. The sun reaches its zenith at midday.
Great job, Eric. So again, this is a great sentence or great sentences that you've written for the two vocab words, and you've used them both correctly as well. And these are very well written sentences, so great job. And Rico, finally, do you want to read your sentence?
Bob reached his zenith of his career when he became a famous author with many jealous fans.
Great job, Rico. So this is a great sentence as well, and it is very well written, and you also use both of the vocab words correctly, so well done. And everyone did a great job with these two vocab words, so well done, everyone. Now, our next two vocab words that we're going to go over are the words Young Turk and yuppie. So let's start with the word Young Turk. Rico, do you want to read the definition and example sentence here for this word?
Young Turk, a young person, especially one of a group, who attempts to wrest control of the organization from older established, more conservative individuals, historically a member of a liberal pro-democratic Turkish nationalist movement in 1908. How amazing it is that each of those young Turks is now worth over $1 million after the initial public offering. Yuppie now. Oh,
Well done, Rico. So a young Turk is a type of person, and this type of person is young and they are part of a group who is political. So they're usually involved in politics and they are usually liberal, pro-democratic, and they are different. They are opposites from the older established, more conservative politicians. So this is a type of person you would see in politics. The next word, yuppie, is also a noun talking about a specific type of person. So Eric, do you want to go ahead and read the definition and the example sentence for this word?
Yuppie, noun. A young, educated, city-dwelling professional, usually regarded as materialistic and self-focused. Do you remember when being called yuppie was a compliment?
Great job, Eric. So a yuppie is also, like Young Turk, describing a young person who usually lives in the city. They are educated, they work professional jobs, and they are usually seen as materialistic and self-focused. If we look at the example sentence, we can see that this nowadays is not really a compliment. When someone is referred to as a yuppie, this is usually seen as kind of an insult, but in the past, it was seen as a compliment. That's what this example sentence part means. So I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes now again to write your own sentences using these two new words that we've gone over. And if you do have any questions, then you can always let me know. But if not, you can go ahead and start writing your sentences and type them in the chat when you're done. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna give a couple more minutes, around 2 more minutes for everyone to wrap up their sentences. I see a couple of you are almost done and you have typed your sentences in the chat, but if you are still working on it, that's okay. I'll give you around 2 more minutes and then we'll start taking it out. Again, if you do have any questions, then let me know. Okay, everyone, we're going to start taking up the sentences that I have here. If you're not done, you can continue writing while we are taking this. Eric, do you want to go first and read your sentence?
It used to be only the city yuppie, but now most people can afford a mobile phone. When the Young Turk group was all of a sudden succeeding, now people want to buy their group.
Great job, Eric. So these are both two really well-written sentences, and they both use the two words correctly, so great job. The only thing that I want to change here is instead of capitalizing the word city, we can just write it like this since we are using it to describe someone, and it's not really a proper noun that needs to be capitalized. But otherwise, great job, Eric. These are two very great sentences, and they use both words correctly, so great job. Alina, do you want to read your sentence?
Bob's classmates were full of yuppies and young Turks who are somehow both self-centered and desperate for change.
Well done, Alina. So this is a very well-written sentence as well, and great job using both words in the correct context. Now we're going to move on to our next two words, which are the words Yahoo and Yeoman. Rico, do you want to read the first word there?
Yahoo now not just an internet portal. This word refers to an offensive, crude, or brutish person, a bumpkin.
Do you want to read the example sentence as well, Rico?
You shouldn't let yourself get upset by the cruel comments of yahoos like those guys.
Well done, Rico. So the word Yahoo can refer to the website like Google and all that. But in this context where we're focusing on it, we are using it to talk about someone who is offensive, crude, maybe kind of like a bully. They say mean things, and it could usually just be used as a synonym for a bully or someone who is very mean and offensive. Our next word is the word yeoman. So, Alina, do you want to read the definition and example sentence for this word?
Yeoman, noun, an attendant servant or lesser official in a royal or noble household, a petty officer performing chiefly clerical duties in the U.S. Navy, an assistant or other subordinate, a loyal, dependable worker, or organizations need some who perform the roles of a yeoman, completing administrative tasks.
Well done, Alina. So, the word yeoman here has a couple different definitions, as we can see here. So each sentence is referring to something in a different context. So the first one is talking about someone who would be in a royal household, someone who is not royal, but they're lesser than, and they're a server or a servant, and they are lesser than. Or it can be like a petty officer or someone who isn't as important, someone who's not in charge. But in general, it refers to an assistant or someone who is subordinate to a higher level person in charge. This would be a loyal, dependable worker, but not like the boss or someone who has more importance in their role. So I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes now to write their own sentences using these two words. If you do have any questions, then let me know. If you need any help writing your sentences, then you can also let me know and I will try to help you. But otherwise, you can go ahead and start writing and type in the chat when you're done. Okay, so I'm gonna start taking up the sentences that I have completed. If you are still working on your sentence, then you can continue writing, but we're gonna go ahead and take up what we have. Rico, do you want to go ahead and read your sentence?
Bob quit his job being a yeoman because the people he was serving were yahoos.
Great job, Rico. So this is a great sentence using both of the words correctly. Well done. Eric, do you want to read your sentence?
I hated the yahoos of the school that kept on bullying an overweight student. The yamen brought out plenty of expensive dishes to the wealthy houseowners.
Well done, Eric. So those are great two sentences that you've written here, and they both use the words in the correct context, and they are very well written. So great job and great use of adjectives and descriptive words here. Alina, do you want to go ahead and read your sentence?
Bob the Noble was surrounded by a bunch of yahoos, so he called his yeoman over to help him.
Great job, Alina. So this is a very well-written sentence as well, and also great job using both of the words correctly in your sentence. Okay, everyone, so there are a couple more words here that we didn't get a chance to go over in today's class. So you can go over these words during your next class, and they will all be here on the list of today's words. So you can go over them after class if you'd like, or you can just wait until next week. But your only homework is to just review all of these words that we went over and go over all of the edits we might have made and things like that. But that's all for today's class, everyone. So you can leave the meet now and have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.